Welcome to Home Cinema and Tech Review. In this video I am quite excited to share one of my newest hardware, and it is my own purchase. This is not a sponsored video. Wait, this is not right. I need to get close because this video needs attention. This is LG G1 V5 Soundbar. I know it's a long name, but it's basically LG G1 Series launched together thinnest soundbar possible that you can find in the market. That's why I purchased it. In the beginning of the video, I will share all my conclusion, so you would skip the entire video. No, just don't skip anything. What you're going to see in this video, or witness and hear in this video, you're going to see the box content, opening of the box, what's inside, and you're going to hear very different audio samples from different tracks and some sort of trailer possible without a copyright. And also you're going to see gaming performance of this, and you're going to see the difference or hear the difference of all of those with different equalizer settings from the same music. You're going to listen what kind of a difference does it make, and you're going to hear entire audio setup where I sit from 65-inch TV and 92-inch ALR ultra short throw ambient light rejection screen that I got. So you're going to really understand if you put your earbuds or headphones in the test section of this video. This is a regular audio setup with the lavalier microphone, but in the test section you will be hearing kind of like a two cardioid microphones recording entire home setup, like a room audio, to get you to at least close as possible experience if you place this under your TV and sit right in front of it where the camera is. So if you put your earbuds or your headphones, you're going to hear entire room sound with omnidirectional recording, and you'll get a clear idea. But before that, I need to make clear my conclusion. My conclusion is simple. This is delivering in a thinnest space probably one of the best audios that you can achieve. Reason of my choice is simple. I got ALR screen right in front of my TV. As you can see, this is a Vivid Storm ALR screen, and this is my thinnest, smallest finger. So the space between TV and the screen is about 5 to 8 millimeters. So it's quite small. I have some solution. I have to find some solution. I had to put a soundbar behind my screen. This make me do it. Otherwise, I can't do this setup. But basically, it is designed to put underneath LG G Series OLED TVs. The reason behind it, LG G Series doesn't come with the foot. So they have to be installed on a wall. If you buy an LG G Series, you already know that. You don't have too much of an option. If you have a TV unit, if you put it on a wall, you're going to put your soundbar on your unit. That's normal. But if you want something slick, an artish design like a G Series, Gallery Series TV, then you have to put your soundbar on a wall just like your G Series TV. This is LG 816 QLED 2023 mid-range 65-inch TV. The reason the camera angle is, I just want you to see how slick this soundbar is. This is a two-finger space, and it's quite thinner still, two-finger thinner than the VESA mount and the 65-inch QNED TV as you see here. By the way, if you're wondering, this TV from LG is thinner than LG C Series QLED TVs. So if you buy a C Series, they are thicker at the bottom third of the TV compared to the G Series. So if you look to combine with this, I suggest you should be looking for G Series, not C Series, by the way. So check out the thickness of the TVs before you apply to this soundbar. I know this is not the perfect thickness match for this TV, but it looks still really cool enough. In this video, you're going to see entire setup, box opening, sound setups like I told you. So before diving deep, would I recommend it, like before leaving you with the samples and everything, I don't want to get the intro and conclusion too long. Would I recommend it? I highly recommend it. What's the catch? What's the downsides? You can really buy, this is a $500-ish soundbar, you can really buy alternatives like more powerful versions. This is a 360 watt setup with the subwoofer and the center unit, this one. And we got 3.1, which means we got left, right, and center separation. We got a very clear audio. So the audio is good, clearance is good, subwoofer performs good. 360 watt is kind of like feeling more powerful than my early cheap soundbars from Samsung and LG solutions, way better. This is definitely showing the cash that we are paying, but you can really find more powerful if you're looking amount of volume. If you have a big room, you can find more powerful versions, but you're going to end up putting your soundbar onto the TV unit and they will be thicker. The second issue that I need to put out in the conclusion, in the beginning of the video, you don't have internal bass, at least not too much, inside of the soundbar itself because it has very thin case. It doesn't have the, most of the time we need depth, the case depth and the vibration to air to move better for the bass sound, the depth of the speaker, which we don't have too much of a space in this. It performs still good, but without the subwoofer, you're going to hear with and without the subwoofer and understand what I mean in this section. But definitely lacking the bass sound without the subwoofer. With the subwoofer, there is no lacking in the audio. Audio is great in my opinion, and you're going to hear every bit of it with different examples. In the 50%, all I can say, in the 50%, it is much louder than you would ever need in a 35 square meter room. Let me repeat it again, 35 to 40 square meter room. This is in the 50%, far more than enough. And you're going to be maybe thinking this is too loud kind of feeling. I know it really depends from one user to another, but it is very powerful, believe me, and you're going to hear the audio. And what I want to say that we are lacking, maybe for the similar price, you can find regular speakers with top firing speakers to create more surround sound. We don't have this. So if you're looking for surround solution in a budget way, this doesn't have that. Like you got properly center positioned speakers, and if you put it right in exact place, right beneath your TV and sit right in front of it, like my recording in this video and my setup, you're going to hear quite a bit of like surroundish feeling. I wasn't expecting that, but it's really giving, because it's quite a bit of 2.1 or 3.1 setup. It's basically creating a very good stereo sound, and that makes it actually, if you're in the right place, very surroundish effect. And if you can add a little bit of more expense, of course, backfiring two surround speaker combination to this wireless speakers, then you will be probably way better happy than I am. And I'm going to be looking for a hunt of that backfiring rear surround speakers of this soundbar. But before that, you can really purchase something around this price with up-firing, thicker design, regular soundbars. But what you're going to be end up, in my case, okay, let me just remind you, my solution has a ALR screen here. So let me just show you. This is the ultra short throw projector. Okay, this is a huge device, and compared to the regular projectors, I put it in the middle of my TV unit. So when this happens, I have HDMI cables at the back, optical cables, and also my power cable. So those cables have like 2 to 5 centimeter, curve. So they are also getting some sort of like space. So if you are going to use ultra short throw projectors, and if you don't have any space to put your big long soundbar, then this is one of the best options out there. Because let's just think about it, where you're going to put your speaker if you have an ultra short throw projector like this. If you're going to use side speakers, classic stereo setup, or ground up tower speakers like I used before, you won't be having a problem. I know, like you can have an amplifier, you can have two side speakers, but that doesn't, it's not going to change the placement of the soundbar if you choose any of the direction, like buying a soundbar. You have to place it somewhere. You can't put your soundbar at the back because you won't be having a 15 to maybe 18 centimeter thick, with the bass, big soundbar. If you have a thin, long, without the bass, without too much of a sound, kind of like a small soundbar, then you might have an option, but it's not going to be looking cool. But this will definitely fill the place behind the back of your ALR screen if you ever consider. Of course, there will be a giveaway, like you take away stuff or you get stuff, you lose stuff on the way. You're losing a little bit of depth of the sound just from the soundbar, but with the sub, no problem, like I told you. And you're going to get a little bit of less wattage if you're so much looking for extremely high volume, then this is not a soundbar for you. But if you're looking for a quality audio with a slim, slick, elite design, and if you really want to combine later on with the rear speakers, then this is a thing to buy. And I'm not saying just because I bought it, you should buy it and have the same experience with me. No, you shouldn't be. Like you can really, if you don't have an ultra short throw, if you don't have a height problem, one more thing that I need to remind in the conclusion, if you have a regular TV with height of like 5 to 8 centimeters at the bottom, and if your TV's legs doesn't have a back, screw holes to adjust the height of your TVs, new models have for the soundbars. But if you don't, if you buy an expensive, big, thick soundbar, just check out the soundbar thickness and your TV's minimum height level. Because if you match it like this, you're going to be losing a little bit of percentage of your screen to your soundbar, and it will be looking awful. And again, when that happens, you have to return either your TV or your soundbar. So it's a big choice that you have to make. And the most important part, other than the regular soundbars, you have to calculate every bit of placement before you apply this to a wall, because you're going to put holes to a wall and you're going to place it on a wall. It will cover the cables, it will make it look cleaner, and it will look great if you do everything right, but you have to make the height adjustment and everything in advance. For example, in my case, right now the speaker is going a little bit of downwards from my TV unit and my ALR screen, probably about 15 millimeters, like just a little bit more than 1 centimeter. So this is not ideal, but I had holes before my other TV, my 55-inch TV, and this is the placement for my 65, and I didn't want to put new holes and take the TV out. Instead of that, I just placed the soundbar as high, as close to the TV as possible with the installation sheet that they give it to me. So this is not the perfect placement, might be. This might be not the perfect place for it, but if you do it correctly, you will be happy with the results. And would I recommend it? I recommend this. But like I said, you got options. You got a lot of options. And if you're wondering a lot more, just subscribe. In this video, I will be leaving you with entire setup options. Like you're going to hear everything about this. I hope you like the video. Don't forget the thumbs up, because creating a depth audio review is sometimes more difficult than creating a projector or TV review, because you have to record a lot of audio samples to make you understand, and you have to place your microphones and test the speaker's capabilities to show the depth. By the way, that if I change the placement of the subwoofer, this video will change immediately, but I will show you how I test and I placed the setup inside of the room, so you will get a clear idea. You can get a better bass to place your subwoofer better than I do, but I just want a casual audio. So that's why I placed in a regular place, and you will see it in the video. I hope you enjoy through the rest of this video. Don't skip the parts. let video to play. If you don't even watch it, just play it at the background. Don't forget to use your headphones or your earbuds. Hope to see you in the next video, home cinema and tech review. Let me know if you have any recommendations, if you have any test audio samples that I can use in my videos. If they don't have any copyright issues, you can send the links at the comment section below. And if you have any recommendations, any tutorial, any guide ideas, any questions, just ask. I want to create tutorials, guides for the people who wants a better audio or better visual experience in their home cinema setups. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye from Home Cinema and Tech Review. Don't skip any parts. This video will be long because there are lots of tests in this video. Bye. In this section of the video, I'm going to open up the box and I want to show you how big the box is. This is LG G1 Oled gallery matching soundbar. And you know by now, probably I made the intro already and you know the topic and you know the reasons. But I want to just dive a little bit deeper. Since this is the thing that I purchased for this setup, there are points that had to be made because let's just face it, you can buy probably stronger, more powerful soundbars than this one. The choice is obvious. This is a thinner soundbar and I think you should see the box. Like, this device has quite a bit of good boxing. And the box is thicker, like many of the times, like sound bars, if it's not too expensive, just goes thin, and the subwoofer piece kind of like, this is a straight box, that's one of the things. So this is probably the piece of the sound bar. It's thin, that's for sure. So this is the sub, I guess, and this is rest of the unit, and it's empty box. It's interesting. Two boxes inside. Okay, one is two of them is holding in the middle this subwoofer unit. Probably if you can buy it, in my country I can't, but if you can buy the rear speakers, wireless ones, you probably have those in this, but box might be designed for that. But in my case, I should find those back speakers later on because I'm looking forward to it. So again, I'm going to get my small knife. So this is where I want to open, and I guess if I remove this, this is the outer box. I really love the protection. The amount of protection that goes into this, like, definitely protects it. I got a lot of sound bars over the years. Of course, when you go premium, you got better protection. You need it because product is getting more expensive. Still, having sort of like good protection is always good, in my opinion. So this is the sub. And from the top, it's brushed, and you're going to see the close-ups while I do it. This is the sub, and from the front, you gotta, yes, I can't take the front fiber or cloth, and we got a pairing button, and I guess this is a reset button or something. You're going to get everything close, and one power input. That's it. Bass is going backwards. And what else do we have? I'm going to put it on a table, don't worry. After this box opening section, there will be another section for close-up shots, and you're going to see the specs and details before the probably sound test of this device. So if I open up the box, we got papers and yes, installation guides. Those are important. TV line, this is important. So these 2 or 3 papers are just basically, you put it on behind, the bottom of your TV, and that's the most important part probably. And you're going to be able to place the probably holders on the wall and then hang the soundbar right onto it without making any mistake right beneath your TV. You should have this sort of installation guide. We got HDMI cable, that's good. And we got again, how do we use the TV legs, and you're going to see everything up close. So for the rest, remote control, cables and everything, you're going to see the rest in the rest of the shot. But I just want to finish this piece with, yes, this is the soundbar. And I know it looks like I am being maybe too cautious for you, but I'm doing it on the carpet, so I don't want to hurt the device in any way. Okay, it's coming out. It's just like an OLED TV. You don't want to mess it up. So this is the baby we have. So it's about one proper little bit open hand space, and the rest of it is at the back. I'm going to shoot everything in a close-up, but let me just show you in a preview way, okay? This is the TV unit, and this is my ALR screen, and right beneath, if I stick it onto the wall, you won't be seeing the soundbar, and soundbar will be closing the gap between the connections and the power inputs. And one more thing, it will be just look like black TV and black soundbar, and when my ALR screen rises up, you are going to see perfectly good looking image on the ALR screen, and without it you're going to get a pretty much black TV and a black speaker. If that's the case, I know it's my personal scenario, but still it might be interesting for a lot of people to get this sort of, by the way, it's quite heavy considering this is quite a bit of thin device. So we're going to continue with the close-ups. Again, welcome to another section. In this section, we're going to take a look at all these things on the table, and I will tell the reason, because this is not an ordinary soundbar design. Here we have two options is okay, one option is not. We got leg versions, so this is kind of like a higher positioning, but how you should be positioning your TV, because this is not a regular soundbar just lays on the TV unit. It's just looking straight up or kind of like with an angle, so you have to put it on the wall using the brackets that we are going to take a look at in a couple of seconds, and the legs that will give sort of like an angle like 45 or something like that. We're going to take a look at that, and here they are, and the brackets, and it shows don't block your TV, kind of like a preparing for you, because if you do this soundbar installation, like if you early did your TV installation, you might want to consider your TV height. For me, its TV is over there, and the height is probably right suitable for the soundbar. I've checked it, but if it's not, I'm going to have to be adjusting the TV a little bit of upwards. So getting back to the topic, what else do we have? The HDMI cable. We got a good looking remote control. It's pretty basic looking, but gets the job done, and it's nothing big. Modes, sound effect, repeat, and equalizers and folders and whatnot. So we got two power cables and a power brick. As the power brick here looks like 25 volts 2 amperes, which is 50 watt. That's a good thing. So the cable is not too short, too long, and first cable is straight pin, as you can see, but the wall plug is 90 degree, so that's getting a plus for me. This is probably for the woofer. I'm going to get into that why. This is another cable. Both of them are 90 degree, as you can see, the input and the wall plug. The reason is, if we're going to stick this soundbar onto a wall, we need a 90 degree cable. That is important. I purchased a lot of 90 degree cables for my other installations as well. You need these sort of 90 degree cables from right TV manufacturers. I don't know why they choose straight cables, but I love really 90 degree cable. This is the legs that I'm going to talk about. As you can see, the same mechanism, and we got a rubber support here, and hanging point here for the soundbar, and it's a pretty much thick metal. It feels like aluminum, but I'm not sure. We're going to take a look at that. But build quality is kind of like a flawless. Like I really expected this for this sort of price level with this sort of wattage. And this is the unit that they give it to you. And we're going to take a look at the back of the soundbar, because at the back of the soundbar we got a placement, a small one. So you push it here and then side push it, lock it here. So we got a TV line paper, which is kind of like quite big. This is the rest of it, like second half. This is the first half. So you put it beneath your TV to calculate for 55-inch TV, and 65-inch TV line is, as you can see here, we got two options. I'm going to go with the 65-inch TV, which is basically this second line. And I'm going to have to putting this beneath the TV, and you know by now how to put the holes on the wall and where to place your accessories. The second thing is, how do you install it? And that's important. And they show it to you, like you put it around the 65-inch TV and make this point center, and then bottom line of the TV, match it, and then go around, just drill the holes onto paper through the wall, and then you connect these holders reversely. They make it like this, and probably it will be staying like this, as far as I'm concerned. For the sound bar, it should be something like this for the wall. So we're going to put it onto a wall like this, but the part of the TV unit gets it like this. Soundbar gets it like this. We're going to taking a look at that, and then it shows the cabling at the back, and it has the arc setup. So let's go to the soundbar. How thin it is. You can see it, right? This is the side of it. It's 2 finger thick. So this is a pretty thin soundbar. So I'm going to return this soundbar. Okay. Returning it is easier because it has a cloth on the front side. It's more difficult for this side. So this is the locking mechanism, and here you see it, the big one, and you slide push it and you lock it down. This is the mechanism. So you do it by the side. I was expecting a little more dangerous coming from the up, but this is more logical, because if you have the TV up top of this, and the second thing that you should be caring for is, if you push it up, you hit the TV. That's why they've designed it like this, and the cabling is near perfect. As you can see, we got channels everywhere, and I believe this section is over. In this section of the video, I just want you to understand the general room setup. And if you haven't seen my other videos, there's a huge amount of light there, and there's a TV, and beneath the TV, Vivid Storm ALR screen. And right now what you're seeing is the LG G1 V5 soundbar that you will see the rest of it, the review. The box is here. The devices box is right now in the middle of the room, and the recording has been made onto that monopod over there. And where I sit is actually this couch, and this is the sound bars combination that's coming with, this is the subwoofer. I didn't put it on the ground. The ground will be more ideal for a solution like this, because we have a backfiring the bass hole here. So if I put it around here somewhere, which my Xiaomi air purifier here, the bass will hit the wall, and around here it create a more depth, but I don't want it. Like in this video, this is very casual. Bass is hitting to the curtains, which is not ideal. But basically, right now, the distance between the recording positioning of that pole from here is 1.7 meter. I explained it, and also we see the sound bar here. Let me just walk around here. The positioning will be around something like this. So this is the clear as it can get. I just want to make sure you see and understand how the room is filled with the sound, before you understand the tests. So there could be better bass volume, there could be harder bass if you put it close to the wall, the subwoofer unit, or at least beside the TV underneath, like below, little bit below, right beside the TV unit maybe. Hitting to the wall will give you more bass on the front, but at the back I believe it creates a little bit more depth because it's closer to you and it makes you feel like you're really close to the vibrations of the bass. So it's up to your solution, but this is a 35 square meter of room, not small, not too big. This is a dining table. That's how it is. So you're hearing this. Welcome to the test section of this video, and as you can see, the setup is clear. Right now we have the TV, we have the LG G Series Soundbar. This is a 360 watt version. There are other versions out there, like more powerful ones, but this one is my choice because of my room size. I have 35 square meter room right now, and the area that I watch the content is about 20 meters. The rest is like a dining table and stuff. This is basically a living room with a dining table setup, little bit extended, right, like a rectangle, not like a exact square, but a rectangle room. So, before getting to the test and how we are going to do this, let me explain some of the distances. Right now the camera, but main issue is not the camera. There will be microphone recording about the 3 meters distance from the TV and basically the G1 soundbar. 3 meter is a kind of like quite good distance. This is a 65-inch TV, and if I open this up, this is my ALR screen from Vivid Storm, as you probably seen it many times in the channel. And the distance between the TV and the ALR is 5 to 8 millimeter. So they are very close. So that's why I chose this soundbar. I probably explain it in the intro, and I will probably explain a lot in the conclusion. So I'm not going to get into deeply why I've chose this in this section. But the distance is, like I told you, 3 meter, and it's like a good distance. Where I sit is about 3.5. I sit a little bit 50 centimeters back because I sit at the couch and lay back a little bit. But it's very close where a person can sit to a 65-inch TV in a watching distance. It's not getting too crazy close up. And the soundbar, sorry, not the soundbar, but the woofer is at the back. So woofer distance to the speaker and the camera is about 1.7 meters. So that creates kind of like an ideal setup where you put your woofer at the back of your couch somewhere close, but not exactly right beneath you. You can put it underneath the couch or very back at yourself, but I don't like it. I like to give it a little bit of space to get the sound more organic way. What I mean by more organic way, the further you go from the speaker, I know proximity effects increases the sound amount, but basically when the sound is bouncing from a wall and gets separated and just somehow gets you in more realistically, more organically, when you hear an explosion, when you hear a big sound coming from a distance, like getting larger at the bass sound, it's more effective, in my opinion. It's definitely changing the vibration and the sort of stuff, but this is the setup. 3 meter from the microphone to the speakers, 1.7 meter from the microphones to the subwoofer. We have 3.1 setup. 0.1 means we got sub. 3 speaker means we got left, right, and center unit. What I'm going to do, right now it's connected, we're going to test it at the 50%. And I'm not going to push the limits at the highest volume. I'm going to show you the sound quality, the depth of it. And I highly recommend in this section, when you listen to music or sound quality of these speakers, just put your earbuds or your headphones, because this is going to be as close as with the 2 microphones setup, like a 2 cardioid microphones like our ears. It's going to be very close to surround sound recording. To understand what kind of a depth that this can create, you need to put your earbuds or your headphones. Otherwise, you won't be getting the same effect that I get while I watch. Some of you might think that, hey, If you're pushing at the 50%, you're not pushing at the limits. I'm going to tell you in the conclusion how it acts on the limits, but testing the limits doesn't mean anything because I am going to capture the audio through the microphone and you're going to listen the sound at your earbuds or your headphones. So there will be limitations. It's not going to be exactly same what I hear. So I will describe the rest, but you're going to be at least getting a non-distorted 50% best quality, and it's more than enough. Believe me, 50% is quite a lot when you're talking about 20 square meter room or 30 square meter room. That's bothering a lot of people. But if you add the rear speakers of this setup, you're going to have quite impressive surround sound. I will get to the details in the conclusion, and probably in the beginning you saw a lot. So without further ado, we're going to test it, and I will also test the internal speakers of this LG QNET 816 65-inch TV. So you can have a clear idea what kind of a sound that you can have with a mid-range. I will call this a mid-range QLED TV, QNET TV, and also getting to the soundbar like this. Okay, without further ado, let's get into the test section. In this section, I'm going to shout a little bit. Right now, we have -9 dB tuning at the camera and the microphones that we have for surround sound setup. And I'm going to record. This is, by the way, the regular setup, not the based improve equalizer mode of this sound setup. I'm going to do it in the standard mode. So focus on that. And in the end of the test section, you'll be hearing the different sound levels, different equalizer comparisons. I'm going to close the LG. Okay, and right now we are at the TV. Let's play from the TV, same sound level. And open it up to 50. So, in this test, I will do another thing, the crazy thing. I am again shouting, but I'm going to open up the Bluetooth again. So it will probably connect. Let's start to check it if it's going to connect. Yes, LG G1 B5 TV connection. I say okay in Turkish. So I'm going to do, right now the volume is 50%, but right now the subwoofer is not connected. That's something interesting. You probably wouldn't use this soundbar without the subwoofer, right? But I'm going to use it in regular mode and adjust to the bass mode in the middle of this section, so you can compare even without the subwoofer how powerful this single unit is if you don't want too much of a depth on the bass. So let's start it. It feels like no bass. Let's just try to find a bass point. I'm not going to make this section too long, but what we have seen is the water drop sound details are crazy detailed compared to the TV. And even without the subwoofer, this adds some amount of quality to your sound solution. But without the bass unit, it's not acting perfectly. So let me just open up the bass and I'm going to connect the power supply right now. It is connected. So probably it will automatically connect it. Let's play again. And what you hear is actually I am on the bass mode. I've started the video in the standard mode, like I told you. Even with the bass mode off, this was powerful. When the bass mode on, you are really shaking the room, even with the, as you can see, 50% of sound on the right. So this section just proves without the subwoofer connection, this is a good unit, but internal bass of the soundbar, it's not great. So some of the soundbars have bigger and bass depth unit inside, but they are kind of like thicker and bass, reflects holes at the back of them. I've tested early in the channel. Even my cheapest Samsung soundbar had like little bit of thickness and the depth and the bass hole at the back. It just gives a little bit more powerful bass than this speaker, but this is normal. This is a 3-finger kind of like thick soundbar. I think the sound is great on the water dropping. I will just make the bass version and just play a while and stop this section to continue different music samples. The amount of sound and the clearance, I think, great compared to the price and compared to the thin casing of this device. I think the bass subwoofer and treble and center and the left and right speakers creating a good sound. Let me know what you think at the comment section. We're going to continue with different music samples, but I'm not going to compare with the TV in the rest of the video. So you're going to watch all the soundbar capabilities at the 50% sound level. We're going to test different musics. And in the end, I'm going to change equalizer from different modes like I told you early. This is cinematic trailer-ish video sample, and we are going to play it with the standard mode, bass mode, and the other modes as well. So you can stop, go back and listen to it and see the difference, at least hear the difference between them. So let's start with standard. So 1 minute 30 seconds is finished, and I'm going to put the sound mode from standard to movie. Let's hear it again. Okay, this was I guess, the cinematic mode, movie mode, and we got music mode. Again, we're going to go back and listen to the same thing. So the music version of speaker test is over. Let's go AI Sound Pro. And we're going to probably finalize with the bass. So AI Sound. IE sound is finished, and here we have the bass. And what if we watch a video, like a movie, for the copyright purposes? We'll check. I might reverse the video. In this part, you're going to be hearing a trailer style video. It is cinematic trailer teaser.
fly too close to the sun, eventually your wings will get burned. Stupid son of a bitch! You could have gotten us both. Oh, shit. All right. Okay. I'll get you out of here, but it's gonna hurt like hell. Hey, come. When are you gonna get it through that thick skull of yours? You can't just... Hey, wait. Wait, stay with me. Wait, come on, man. No, you're not. Wake up. Wake up. Wait. Nah, today's not the day. We need to find out where we are, so I'm gonna have to leave you here. Think about the Yankees.
What? You know I'm a doctor. Son of a bitch! Your bedside manner sucks.
You're welcome, pendejo. I need your gun. I lost mine in the crash. The one you caused.
What am I supposed to do?
Keep yourself bandaged up. I don't want you bleeding out and missing all the fun. Stay out of sight till I get back.
I think that's far more than enough for you to experience what it will react with the gamings that you might have with the PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X. Like me, I think it just delivers the ambience quite good, and where I sit, I really felt every bit of action and the sound detail. Let me know what you think again for the gamings.
Extraction begin.